just like that. All the green, blue skies. Really a beautiful afternoon here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards as the Orioles conclude this set with Tampa Bay coming in for a 3-game series to follow. Kevin Millwood out on the mound and getting ready. And let's take a look at the Southwest starting lineup for Cito Gaston's ball club, off to a 4-1 start. It'll be Bautista, Gonzalez, and Lynn, Wells, Overbay, and Buck, Encarnacion, Snyder, and McDonald. John Buck, strong numbers, lifetime against Millwood, 4.38.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Kevin Millwood. The exchange rate has to do with his ERA against Toronto, which over his career has been one of the higher ERAs, and a ray of hope. It goes back to the trade that brought Millwood to the Orioles for Chris Ray. And lead by example. We said he had a high ERA against Toronto his last start, which was in last season through a 7-inning shutout against the Blue Jays. So they'll be rooting for more of that this afternoon.
Orioles really need him to have a strong performance today. The O's need a lot of things to go right. Put all the parts of this ball game together in one game and get a W here and not be swept by this ball club of Toronto that right now is playing a little better than they anticipated, or others anticipated, maybe is the way to say it. Toronto with a 1-game lead in the first Sunday in the Eastern Division. Here is Bautista. And we are underway, and he drills it down the line. That is a foul ball, and not by much. Whoa.
We talked about the free swinging Jose Bautista wasting no time. Let's take a look at it. So you never really lose sight of the ball. Clearly foul. Bautista sensed it also. And that's a good omen.
No, that's Millwood.
When it's just a strike, right. That's right. Omen is in the bullpen.
Thank you. I'm sorry. That's not right. That's not right. 0-1 count. And Bautista will take it up and in. And a 1-1 strike count. Bautista 2 for 3 lifetime against Millwood, and in fact he does have a home run off Millwood. Bautista a bit of a slow start, 3 for 19, no home runs and 2 RBIs for the Jays here to start this season. It'll be Bautista, Gonzalez, and then Lynn. Here are the top 3 Millwood. Here's the 2-1 delivery to third, short hop, nice play, side saddle, Tejada got him. The work with Juan Samuel paying off at third.
Let's take a look at the grips that Kevin Millwood used. That's the sort of a split fastball. Fingers not tight together. And there's the slider just a little bit off center, up around the top of that horseshoe on the ball. There's the curveball grip. Thumb up a little bit up on top. And then there's the straight changeup, the circle changeup. Talk so much about.
That'll bring up Alex Gonzalez to face Millwood. Gonzalez part of the offense that the Jays have put up here against the Orioles in this first series. He has a 5-game hit streak coming into the ball game, so he's successfully in the all 5 games to start the season. That home run number 2 off Bergeson. He'll take that one, and a 1-1 strike count. Cito Gaston, the aggressive offensive manager of this Toronto team, who did have a lot of positive beliefs in this ball club before the season started. Here's a line ground ball. Long throw. Tejada's got him 2 down.
Let's take a look at the Orioles defense this afternoon. Felix P.A. will be out in left. Jones in center. Markakis in right. Tejada, who's been busy already today, at third is Stewart. Lugo at second base for Brian Roberts. Wigington at first for Atkins, who fouled the ball off his shin last night and had a little swelling today. So Wigington is in there, and Wieters behind the plate.
Dave Tremblay talking about the fact the bench is very short right now for the Orioles. And he said even that being the case, and I took a look at that shin bruise that Atkins had, I'm not going to put him out there and ask him to go limping around playing at first base. So it was bad enough for him to say that in the pregame conference. Though Wiggy is out there at first. Lind will take the pitch up high. Lind is the designated hitter. He's got a 3-game hit streak. He's never had a hit off Millwood. Lifetime 0 for 7 off the Orioles starter. Lind off to a real good start with the ball club. Well over that 300 mark. Outfield deep straight away. And a called strike, and he didn't go around, so Angel Hernandez with a high strike right there.
National League strike.
Oof.
Take a look at it.
Even by the book, that wasn't a strike. Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way, and gets the fly ball. Very high sky, glasses on, be a lot of glare out there. That's Jones's ball, and he's got it. So a good start for him, Millwood, as he gets to greet the Oriole fans here at Camden Yards. For the O's for Dave Tremblay, brought to you by Southwest Airlines. PA, Jones and Markakis, Tejada, Scott and Wieters, Wigginton, Lugo and his tourists against Toronto. PA with a 304 lifetime number.
Let's take a look at the scouting report on Sean Markham. His first start of the year against the Texas Rangers took a no-hitter into the 7th, lost 0-9, had Tommy John surgery, missed all of last season, and only becomes the 3rd pitcher since 2000 to miss an entire season and come back and start the season opener. And trouble in the middle. If you look up the numbers of Nick Markakis and Miguel Tejada against Markham, they are astounding. 15 for 31 with 8 home runs.
See if the Orioles can get that done today. PA leading it off. Ground ball second base. McDonald's got it in quickly. There's an out. PA getting his first at bat here in this series.
On defense this afternoon for Cito Gaston's Blue Jays. Snyder in left, Wells in center, Batista in right, Encarnacion at 3rd, Gonzalez at 2nd, John McDonald back at 2nd base, Lyle Overbay at 1st base, and John Buck in the lineup, I think because of his numbers against Kevin Millwood.
Somebody who wants some numbers is standing at the plate right now as Adam Jones, tough start, 4 for 22. He's 0 for his last 8. Markham's delivery to him showed bunt and takes a strike. Jones is 3 for 10 with a home run lifetime off the 28-year-old right-hander. The Orioles like to get out early. Millwood shut him down in the 1st inning. That has been an early problem and one that existed last year for Oriole pitchers, was getting through that 1st. That's the pitch that Jones is seeing over and over again. Here are the numbers, the season comparison for the month of April. You take a look at last year, he was red hot. 4 home runs, 359, 18 RBIs. That may still happen, but a tough start. And that is going to be a foul ball. There's something that the scouting reports are showing in Jones's work at the plate, that a ball down and away, sinking away, he's not going to get to. And we've seen repeatedly that's the pitch they're going to show him until he shows he can hit it.
Many times that's the way a pitcher evaluates a hitter, and it really is how does he cover the outside part of the plate. And when they're not covering the outside part of the plate, it doesn't matter if it's a fastball or a slide. If you can stay there, then you're going to be successful. They just don't cover it when hitters are in the slump. It's a way as a pitcher to get an easy read on how hot a hitter is. Because a hitter has to do everything correctly to cover the outside part.
0-2 delivery on the way, stayed outside, missed with it, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Markham out of Kansas City, Missouri, 24-17 lifetime record. He went to Southwest Missouri State, where he played some college baseball. And the Jays really hoping, after missing all last year, as Mike said, that he can get back in it. Came inside, but that's just a foul ball that he turns on. Count stays at 1-2.
I was talking to some of the Blue Jay people, and they were saying Markham's changeup was acting like a split-finger fastball. That was the outstanding pitch that he had against the Texas Rangers. The other thing they say is that, he's a good athlete. In college, he was a shortstop and a closer, and so he has a pretty good fielding pitcher along the way and understands the game.
Here's the 1-2 delivery again. Jones will take it inside against Texas in a game that he had no decision in. Jays lost at 5-4, but as Mike said, he was sensational. 2 hits over 7. He was charged with 3 earned runs, a home run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts against the Rangers. 2-2 delivery. That one towards the hole is going to be a long throw. Gonzalez over, and that's going to skirt away and goes into the camera well, so he'll be able to take second base. We'll see if they give him a single and an error or just a straight 2-base error.
Just seemed like Gonzalez got his feet tangled up. I'm not sure he saw this off the bat. A lot of white shirts behind home plate. He just seemed to have his feet sort of tangled up in his approach and his line to the ball, which I'm sure caused the errant throw.
So that's going to put a runner in scoring position and bring up Nick Markakis. So here's where the Orioles have struggled mightily. 8 for 46 with runners in scoring position so far for a ball club that was in the top 3 all last year in that category. Nick Markakis only 3 for 15. He does have those numbers against Markham. 9 for 18 with 5 home runs.
All here, which is amazing.
Off second base, Jones being held by the shortstop Gonzalez, but not tightly. Here's the 1-0 by Markham, and that will miss outside, so a hitter's count for Markakis, 2-0.
I have still dreams of Bobby Randall. He used to play with the Twins. I think he was like 11 for 13 off me lifetime, so when I would have a nightmare, I'm sure Nick has made it into Sean Markham's nightmares.
There's always 1 or 2 for every pitcher, and true for hitters in the reverse. 2-0 delivery to him, and he gets the strike in. It was a good pitch. He didn't give in, kept it down and away. 2-ball, 1 strike count. Nick has drawn 8 walks, so he's been very selective early on. Even though he's not picked up the hits, his on-base percentage up among the leaders in the American League in the first week. 2-1 delivery, that's away. Markham obviously knowing the numbers and trying to get Markakis to go after something that's not a strike, and the count goes to 3-1.
And the way Tejada hits behind him, and so this is sort of a, if you pitch around Nick, Tejada's numbers, though not as great, still outstanding. 6 for 13 with 3 home runs, so it's sort of pay me now or pay me later.
3-ball, 1 strike count. Adam Jones edging off second, and that's a walk. Well, he really didn't want to deal with Markakis, but he does have to deal with Tejada.
You can see how carefully Markham will pitch to Markakis, just staying away from him with those 5 home runs, just trying to nibble at that outside corner the best he can. If he hits it, he hits it. Trying to change speeds, but nothing really close.
By the way, it was a 2-base error charge on Adam Jones reaching. It was Gonzalez charged with the error, no hit. So 2 on and 1 down, and Miguel Tejada. Tejada's had a very good series. He has gone 4 for 9 in this now 3-game set against Toronto. 2 on, 1 out. The one thing the Orioles will obviously keep an eye on with Tejada hitting in that 4 spot, the double plays. He's prone to hitting into double plays. They can really break up innings for you when that happens by your number 4 hitter.
Yeah, he led the National League in double plays with 29 last year.
0-1 count. Infield obviously double play depth here for the Jays. And that's not going to be a double play. Into the corner, chased down by Snyder. That'll score Jones. Throw's going to come into second base, and it's going to be a 2-bagger and an RBI and a 1-0 lead for the O's.
this pitch from Markham. Looks like that changeup. Miggy stays back long enough. So it was pay me later.
He is hitting the ball hard. And Tejada puts the Orioles on the board. Tejada's been the one hot bat with the runner in scoring position. That makes him 4 for 8 in this first week of play. Here's Luke Scott, designated hitter, 0 for 4 in this series. Orioles with 2 in scoring position. And it is so important now. This is where you want to really start, put the hammer down. And only 1 out here and 2 in scoring position in the first. Make Markham pay dearly if you can. Luke Scott, 2 for 7, lifetime off the Toronto starter. The 1-0. Floats it in on the outside corner. It is there for a strike.
That's that straight changeup we talked about. That was such an effective pitch.
Scott looking for his first hit with runners in scoring position in the years. He is 0 for 4. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Comes inside to him. And the count goes to 2-1. Well, Luke gets it to a count where he wants it. 2 for 14. Couple of walks. Double home run and an RBI. Mentioned the last sweep here at home by Toronto came in 2004 for the Jays. 2-1 delivery on the way. Last time Toronto swept the Orioles was last year in Toronto in a 3-game series. And the Orioles did the favor right back to him at the end of the year as the O's won the final series with a sweep. 3-ball, 1-strike count, 1 down. Markham with a 3-1 from the set, hit hard to first. Bouncing ball over. Bay will take it to the bag. A run will score. RBI for Scott. Markakis in. 2-0 Orioles. Luke gets it done with a productive out as he drives in Markakis, who reached on that walk. And that will bring up Matt Wieters. Matt now with a runner at third base, 2 down. Tejada the runner. And Wieters takes it outside for a ball. Matt has had a 1 for 6 in this set against the Jays. One-0 delivery from Markham. Long run Snyder. And he's got it. So the Orioles will pick up a couple of runs. They do it on just 1 hit, helped out by an error. 1 left on after 1, 2-zip. Call 877-241-LUNA. In the doubles department, the Jays on top with Oakland 15 each. Red Sox, the Angels, and the Yankees, and Orioles now with 11. Two-bagger for Tejada. Put that number up to 11 for the O's. Those are the doubles digits on this Sunday. We go to the second inning. Here's Vernon Wells, 0 for 6. Wells in that status as he stands in against Millwood. 3 for 19 with a home run lifetime off Kevin Millwood for Wells. Who got off to a big time first week, 7 for 17, 412 average with 4 home runs, 7 RBIs.
It's amazing how the scouting reports get around when a player is hot, how everybody takes notice. He was the focus coming in. He's actually had a very quiet series.
He has to adjust. Millwood with a good off-speed pitch that he's out in front of. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Kevin Millwood 2 and 4 lifetime against Toronto. Mike mentioned with that 5.33 earned run average against the Jays, the 4th highest for him against any ball club. He'll miss outside with that, fall behind on Wells 3 and 1. Kevin pitched a solid game in his first outing against Tampa Bay to open the year. 2 runs, 9 hits over 5, a walk, and 5 strikeouts in the game. His 7th career opening day start. Thought about it and foul tipped it, and Wells was not going to argue. He tried to draw the walk by taking off, but that hit the bat. 3 and 2.
It's a beautiful day, beautiful afternoon today, and Kevin Millwood, one of those pitchers that likes to pitch in the daytime. He was 5th in the American League last year with a 2.86 ERA in 10-day starts.
3-2 delivery. Wells went around. Home plate umpire Angel Hernandez with a call himself. So Wells, a first strikeout victim for Millwood. And let's check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, Matt Wieters said it really is a special opportunity for him to catch Kevin Millwood because he grew up in South Carolina, and he was just 11 years old in 1997 when Millwood made his major league debut with the Braves, and those were the games that were shown in Matt's area in South Carolina. And he said he was such a fan of that rotation of Glavine and Smokes and Maddox and a young Kevin Millwood that this really is a neat opportunity. And he said that Millwood is the one pitcher that will shake him off more than others. But he said with all the pitching staff, his calls are just a suggestion, and he loves the way Kevin Millwood has conviction in the pitches that he throws. But Dave Tremblay did point out, if you notice this year, the pitchers aren't shaking off Matt Wieters' calls a whole lot. Jim, Mike?
They are not doing that. And that is exactly the way Dave Tremblay wants it. He wants to see Wieters calling the ball game himself. He is not one of those managers who wants to call the game from the dugout or have his pitching coach do it. That is going to be a foul ball off the bat of Overbay and a 2-1 count.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell when Wieters sets up. There's no look to the dugout. You can tell many times if the calls are coming from the dugout or from the pitching coach. But Wieters' focus is clearly on Millwood.
Some managers like the idea of running the ball game or having their pitching coach do it and really call the whole game.
And that's really what's changed too. I mean, even the throwovers from the pitcher to first base many times are being called by the pitching coach, and I certainly believe that responsibility should be handed back to the pitchers.
Another topper that's fouled off. I've often wondered when it's coming from the dugout how many times pitchers are out there going, oh man, I don't want to throw over there. And I'm like, why are they doing this? And you get some of that going. And
plus you don't get to read the runners. I mean, you really are inhibiting your progress as a player.
Yeah. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Overbay, 2 for his last 19. And he goes through it. That was not a good at bat for Lyle Overbay. And 2 strikeouts in the inning and in the game for Millwood.
With his last pitch, 2-2 backdoor cutter right at the top of the frame.
2 down, nobody on. John Buck coming up. As we said, Buck making the start here with a solid number, 7 for 16 lifetime off Millwood. Pretty good start, 3 for 12 with a couple of RBIs. And Millwood will get the strike on the outside corner. Toronto had a good April last year when they went 15-9. They're starting out the same way this year with that 4-1 record. The Orioles are exactly reversed from last April. The Orioles started 4-1 last year. They are 1-4. Grounded to short. His Torres on the short hop. 6 in a row retired by Millwood. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. The Orioles leading it 2-0. Talking about the first couple of ball games of this series, Mike.
The runners in scoring position have been a problem. Just 2 for 14 extra base hits. Toronto showing a little bit more power at 9-3, and the O's bullpen 7 1/3, 3 earned runs, just 4 hits. So that's kind of how it's gone the last couple of days.
Our game flow brought to you by Mitsubishi. Test drive one today at the Dare to Compare sales event. Markham goes to work here against Ty Wigginton. Wiggy has made his way around in the first week, ladies and gentlemen. Ty Wigginton getting starts. First base, third base, second base, outfield. 1-0 delivery, and that's the way it went for him last year. He had 38 starts at first base last year, and Wigginton getting the start at first base in this game. He had 35 starts at third, 23 as a DH, and 4 last year at second base. 2-0 delivery on the way, and Wigginton on a check swing went around on it, 2-1. He can also play shortstop. As long as he gets at bats, you will not hear him complaining. Wigginton, Lugo, and his Taurus do up here, and that's a shot to center. Wells, don't think he saw that one. He didn't get a good jump. Not that he would have caught it anyway, but Wigginton is on with a leadoff single. Time's running out. Your chance to receive an exclusive Brooks Robinson figurine. You can become an Orioles partial season plan holder for as low as $154. Hope you'll get in on that right now. You'll get to keep that keepsake of Brooks as part of the plan. Call 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com for info. Playing in at third base, Encarnacion, even with a bag to start. Lugo up, getting the start at second base. 2 for 7 in the series for Julio Lugo. Brian Roberts continues out. More medical exams today. Everyone in this ballpark believes Brian's going on the DL probably before this day is over. Likelihood of Justin Turner or somebody coming up. Amber's going to update us on that later on today and find out a little more. A 1-0 count on Lugo. Wigginton at first base. Ground ball toward short. Gonzalez, McDonald, Overbay. 2 down.
The double play ball has hurt the Orioles the last couple of days. This one just tailor-made. Gonzalez takes a couple of steps in, gets that short hop. Nice feed to McDonald. Completes the textbook double play.
And an easy one. And there are 2 down. Is Taurus up, batting ninth. He's had a 1 for 6 in the series. First week of play, Kansas City, Oakland have grounded into the most double plays in the American League. Orioles are going to see Oakland on the road trip. Oakland, Seattle, and then Boston. The coast-to-coast road trip. Here's the 0-2 delivery as Torres will top that one foul. Let's check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, as you said, there is speculation that Brian Roberts will go on the DL. That announcement could come right after the game. And Rock Kabako from MASNsports.com has reported that Justin Turner has been called up to take his roster spot. We don't know if Justin would get most of the starts at second in Brian's absence or if they would use a combination of Lugo and Ty Wigginton as well. But it just came down to the fact that with a strained abdominal muscle, you can be out for a long time. If you remember, Cliff Lee has that right now. Josh Hamilton had it last year, missed about a month with a strained abdominal muscle. And with the Orioles playing 16 games straight here to start the season, they really couldn't afford to go with a short bench for that long. Gary?
Yeah, but that's exactly right. That's what Dave Tremblay was saying before the game started. Got to have some players here. The Orioles don't have the days off. 2-2 delivery on the way as Torres will take it away. How about Cliff Lee? They initially were saying Lee was going to be out for a week. Now they're saying he's not going to be back till May.
Right.
So the big starter, Seattle, out of the lineup. Here's the 3-2 delivery on the way to his Torres, and he's got a base hit. He was sitting on that one. And his Torres gets a 2-out single to turn the order over.
We're swinging the bat early and often.
Trying to be more aggressive at the plate here in this ball game and get things going on the base paths. Felix Pierre's in the leadoff spot with Roberts out. He grounded out his first time up. Tremblay saying today about Pierre in the leadoff spot. Obviously, the speed, if he can get on, comes into play. He said he's a different hitter than Roberts, obviously, and it's kind of a new look and not quite sure what you get out of Pierre. He can also hit the long ball in the leadoff spot, but kind of multifaceted leadoff batter. 0-1. As Torres being held at first base by Overbay. Pierre grounded out his first time up. Looking for the warehouse on that one.
Yeah, Markham throws 89, 90, but that straight changeup is probably his most effective pitch, and that was it there with 82 miles an hour, about a 6 mile an hour differential.
Markham ahead on the count. 0-2 on PA. We'll have to cut the swing down here. Try and make contact. There's that big hole between first and second. 0-2 delivery on the way to him, and he loops that one the other way. Third baseman Encarnacion will have it. And that will do it. No runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base after 2. The Orioles lead it 2-0. Making the start, second start for the Orioles. A couple of strikeouts, no walks so far. 155 wins and 121 losses in his career. Kevin goes to work here in the third inning, bottom part of the order. Encarnacion, Snyder, and McDonald coming up for Toronto. Encarnacion, a couple of hits, 3 at bats. lifetime off Millwood. And Millwood will miss up high with that for a ball. Well, the bottom third, he'll try and go through here and retire him 9 up, 9 down if he can. Sliders a strike on the outside corner.
He's established he's going to throw strikes, and he certainly is working quickly, which bodes well. Wasting no time.
Encarnacion 3 for 16 so far. Didn't like that call at all. Stares down the first base side. 1-2. Angel Hernandez has the plate for this ballgame. Reach for it, fouls it back.
You see a lot of pitchers, you work at the low edge of the strike zone. Millwood likes to work at the top edge, and he's done that very successfully this afternoon.
We don't see many pitchers working in that upper part of the
and he goes in and out on the upper part.
Yep.
Very effective.
1-2 delivery on the way, and he got him. Came back with a little heat on that one. And gets the strikeout. That is his third.
A very good rhythm going. Let's take a look at the 1-2 pitch. A little bit of a cutter, but again, right at that extreme upper edge of the strike zone. Tough to lay off of.
Bring up Travis Snyder. Slow start, 3 for 16. Couple of RBIs. As a team, Toronto hitting 240. The magic has been opponents are hitting 185 against the Jays in the first week of the season. PA and left. Millwood, 2 outs. Tomorrow night, Tampa Bay will be coming to Baltimore. They'll begin a 3-game set with the O's, and fans who've become fans of the Orioles on Facebook can enjoy an exclusive buy one, get one free offer. For complete details or to become a fan of the Orioles on Facebook, visit facebook.com/Orioles. 3-game set with Tampa Bay will kick off with Jeremy Guthrie and Matt Garza. The opener tomorrow night, Brian Mattis gets Jeff Neiman in game number 2. Then a day game coming up on Wednesday as Brad Bergerson and David Price meet. Here's John McDonald, number 9 hitter. Price avoided what could have been a very serious injury in spring training. One of those busted bats against the Red Sox flew out at him and hit him in the chin. And it was one of those jagged ends. But fortunately for him, he got his hand up in time and knocked it down. It did bruise and cut his hand, but it didn't hit his face. But it was a very scary moment. 1 ball, 2 strike count with 2 away. John McDonald 0 for 3. And he will get the first base hit. So McDonald gets the single, putting 1 on, 2 down.
First base hit for McDonald against Millwood in his career.
And the first hit on the day for the Jays. Now the top of the order is Bautista. Bautista grounded out his first time up. You see some of the numbers of these hitters. You wonder how the heck is Toronto 4-1. But it is about the fact their pitching's been so good. Here's where the Orioles have to be careful now. One of the problems in week number 1 of this year, 22 runs. First 5 games, 9 of the 22 scoring with 2 down. 2 out runs are real backbreakers.
Exactly. I was thinking one more pitch and get out of the jam. You end up giving up a couple of runs, and they feel like they're certainly are needless.
0-1 the count here. 2 away, runner at first base. Bautista will put that one up in the air to right. With the glare coming off the glasses, Markakis moves over and gets it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Orioles, Jones, Markakis, and Tejada. brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. I'm Mike Flanagan. Amber Theo Harris. I'm Gary Thorne. Beautiful day here in Baltimore. Orioles have the 2-0 lead, and the official scorer has changed the ruling. Jones is now credited with a hit in that first inning, so it's a hit and an error. Single, and then the error to move him down to second base. So Adam gets out of the 0 for 8 that he was in prior to that at bat with that base hit. Now 4 for 23 on the season. Jones, Markakis, and Tejada against Sean Markham with 1 walk, no strikeouts for Markham. Came inside with that off-speed delivery. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Markham, lifetime right-handers, 227 off him. 1-1 delivered. He has really eaten up right-handed batters.
Yeah, I think only Brandon Webb tougher on right-handers over the last few seasons. Just the similarities would be outstanding sinkers and straight changeups.
Jones with a 2-1 count. On this first Sunday, take a look around baseball. Toronto leading the East. Minnesota's got a 5-1 mark. They've won 5 in a row. They have the most wins in baseball. Oakland's 4-2. Good start for them. They lead the West. Phillies, Cardinals, and Giants are the leaders in the National League. Longest win streak belongs to the Twins with 5. Longest losing streak, Houston. They have lost 5 in a row and haven't won a ball game. 2-2 delivery. A slider is going to be taken outside. Houston is the only team without a win in the first week.
It's a very long week.
Wow. They don't have Miguel Tejada. 3 ball, 2 strike count on Jones. Outfield deep, little breeze blowing out towards left field. He'll take it the other way, right field. That's over towards the corner, and that is going to fall into fair territory. Thinking about 3, ball running around in the corner. He's going to get the third. No play made. Triple.
The ball had a lot of carry on it. Up and out over the plate fastball to Jones. Bouncing around in that corner, and Adam Jones got a couple of high bounces easily into third base.
Adam had 3 triples on the season last year, first of this year, and the Orioles have their 5th hit off Markham. And an RBI chance for Nick Markakis, and the infield is going to move in. Playing a little more than halfway and may charge on the pitch here. Markakis a walk and scored first time up, takes the pitch inside for a ball. So the Orioles getting some hits off Sean Markham, who has a 1-2 mark lifetime against the O's. Here's the 1-0 delivery and a strike taken.
Cito Gaston wants to push his luck with Markakis with 9 for 18. Let's bring the infield in and then increase that average or potential average.
Jones with real good speed. Does not have to go, obviously, here. Nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Inside to Markakis. I always think that's an interesting call in this situation for the manager. If you were managing, would you have Jones going on contact at third base? Yeah, I'm asking the fans.
Oh, right. Well, I'll just say with nobody out, you probably don't. 1 out, you probably do.
2 ball, 1 strike count. And a strike taken, and Markakis did not like that call, and by his body movement, lets Angel Hernandez know.
Let's take a look at his 2-1 pitch again. Markham just trying to stay on that outside corner, and that one clearly off the outside corner.
And evens the count up 2-2. The infield's still in. And Markakis protecting that time.
Well, that's because of the last pitch called the strike. That becomes your vision is what that outside corner is. So it forces a swing at the next pitch, and Markham is clearly just, I'm throwing it low and away on the black or a ball. I'm not coming anywhere near that power zone.
Markakis looking for his first home run of this season with a 3 for 15 and first RBI, and strike 3 called, and Nick thought it was high. So Markakis out of there. First strikeout for Markham. That's a big one.
Again, he's thrown, I think, 10 or 12 pitches to Nick, and this is the first one that comes in. He throws that two-seamer sort of at Nick and just catches that inside corner after he really stretched the outside corner. It was a very tough pitch.
Miguel Tejada will stand in. Tejada with a big double in the first inning and picked up an RBI. He now has 6. And Tejada leads the Orioles in runs batted in. Runner at third. Infield comes in even closer. And inside was the pitch. 1-0. Interesting. Cito Gaston with 1 down. Knowing the runner probably, as Mike said, definitely is going to go on contact here. Gives Tejada even more room than he gave to Markakis as Gaston draws that infield way in.
I think it's also an indication that Cito thinks that Milwin's got pretty good stuff this afternoon and really doesn't want to get any further behind. If he can cut off a run here, he'll try to take that chance.
Early in the game to do that. Third inning. All-time hit list. You see Miguel Tejada this past the great Duke Snyder. Tommy Davis, Mike Piazza, Herman Long ahead as he closes in to get to that next big category of all-time hits. That one down to third, fouled off, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Biggest swing at a very good bat to start the year. That's 6 for 22. And hitting the ball hard. He is now 7 for 14 with 3 home runs lifetime off the Toronto starter. Jones, third base. Tejada asked for timeout as Markham stepped off.
This really is the kind of pitcher that Miggy has a lot of success against, someone that's around the plate.
He was. Runner stays. And Markham gets the out on Tejada. Well, this is the problem that's bothered the Orioles here in this first week. Again, getting a triple to get the inning started, and now there are 2 down.
Against the 2 hitters that you would not want to face in that situation historically if you're Sean Markham, but he does a nice job so far getting 2/3 of the way there.
Luke Scott. You see the Oriole runs 9 in the first 3, 8 in the middle, and only 2 from the 7th inning on. Scott had an RBI and a ground ball out his first time up, and Luke takes a tough cut right there and misses 0-1. Markham had him fooled on that pitch.
Yeah, really going to that changeup, and usually it's been around 82 miles an hour. He took even more speed off of that one to get Luke Scott more out in front.
These are the runs you just have to score. You cannot start an inning out with a triple and not get that runner in. Yes, sometimes it won't happen, but that's an offensive failure when you don't do it. And an inside corner pitch from Markham is a called strike, and it goes to 0-2. Well, Markham really bearing down here and trying to get out of this inning and not surrender that run. It looked like it was going to be guaranteed.
And you can tell, when the pressure in the situation is usually on the pitcher, but when you're not going well as a club, it becomes on the hitter to produce.
Breaking ball will miss, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Lone RBI picked up by Scott so far came on his solo home run. It's the only one he's had. He's looking for his first hit in this series. He's had an 0 for 5 against Toronto. Markham with a 1-2. That'll leave it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Outfield deep straight away. Recognizing Scott's power, they give Scott the right field line with Bautista, the right fielder, moved over towards the gap. A lot of room down the line, but Luke Scott doesn't go there very often. He tends to be in that gap. 2-2 delivery. Breaking ball. Missed. Scott held up to check at third. No, says Joe West. 3-2. If Scott can get it done, 3 down, 2 down. Jones off third. And he'll lift that one in the air towards center. Vernon Wells. And he's got it. So Markham, a leadoff triple by Adam Jones, and he is left stranded. 2-zip. The 2010 census, and it's not too late. Fill out and mail back your census form today. My census form came. I took it out of the envelope. I marked all the 10 questions, put it back in the other envelope, and sent it home.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Got to rather that in a hurry, knowing that if I didn't, it would be sitting around for years.
Until the next census.
Till the next census. And that one is census bound. Way back, Gonzalez left field, and goodbye home run. First pitch, Gonzalez delivers the homer. And it is a 2-1 ball game. He had made the decision to come up swinging and had decided what he was going to be looking for, and he gets his third homer and third RBI.
Showing unusual power early in the year for Gonzalez, but this is bell tie down the middle of the plate. And Gonzalez has had a real good series with the bat. Kind of came in quiet and he supplied a lot of the offense for the Blue Jays.
Well, Gonzalez cuts that lead in half. Gonzalez had a total of 8 home runs between Cincinnati and Boston last year on the season. Only as high as 23 homers in a year. Had that for Florida. So the homer off Millwood makes it a 2-1 ball game, and a slow chopper to second off the bat of Lind. Lugo. One away, 4th inning. On Tuesday, come celebrate the first T-shirt Tuesday of 2010. First 10,000 fans, 15 and over at the game against the Rays, get the Matt Wieters Baltimore T-shirt. Tickets start as low as $8. You can buy yours in advance and save. Info 888-BIRD. Go to Orioles.com. That's Tuesday. Wieters T-shirt. Wells, a strikeout victim, 0 for his last 7. Vernon Wells going after that high one and mad at himself for doing so. 0-1.
They get a little frustrated. The Orioles have pitched him very carefully out of the zone and trying to get him to chase, and he's finally given in today and chased some balls out of the zone. We saw it a little bit last night with a changeup that was well off the plate.
That home run by Gonzalez, by the way, the second one Millwood has surrendered this year.
So obviously Wells had a bullseye on his back coming into this series, and again the Orioles have done a nice job of playing with his patience. Sometimes when you're hot you just want to swing the bat, you can't wait, and most times hitters will cool themselves off
like that. Tag put on by Wieters after he scooped it out. Wells strikes out for the second time. 4 strikeouts for Millwood. Time for our AT&T mobility trivia question. Kevin Millwood joined the Braves in '97. Name the top 4 starters on that team.
Well,
Maddox.
Three come quickly, don't they? Gravett, Maddox, and Smoltz. But who would be number 5?
97. First ball hitting. Overbay. PA in left. He's got it. And that will retire the side. So Gonzalez gets the home run. You don't get the answer to the trivia question until we come back. So don't go anywhere. By Ford, your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. Barry Thorne, Mike Flanagan, Theo Harris, and Kevin Millwood, who has walked none, struck out 4, surrendering the home run to Gonzalez. Only 2 hits for the Jays. The other one a single by McDonald. Orioles got the runs in the first inning. Tejada an RBI and Scott an RBI. And that will be taken down low by Wieters, Wigginton, and Lugo. Orioles wouldn't know what to do if they had a lead of 3 more runs in a game.
And Dave Tremblay talking about that today. It really hasn't been any breathing room in any of these games.
In one sense, good. That means you're in them all. The other is that the Orioles not been able to get it over that knoll. 1-1 delivery to Wieters, and he'll take it inside. Matt starting out here with a really good-looking swing, hitting .389, a home run, couple of RBIs. 2 for 4 from the right side, 5 for 14 left-handed. That one's going to be just foul tipped at the plate, and the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Markham, nothing fancy. Just that sinker ball, outstanding changeup. That's probably his best pitch. That really sets up all the others, but good command, keeps the ball down. Which is at the lower extremities of the strike zone.
2-2 delivery on the way to Wieters, and he's gone. So Markham gets his second strikeout. All right, let's find out the answer to that trivia question. When Millwood was pitching with the Braves in '97, top 4 starters on that team that he joined. We cannot get that.
We may have the first 3 wrong for all we know.
Yeah. Denny Nagel. Well, he only won 20. No wonder we couldn't remember.
I could remember him. Who was that guy?
You win 20 in that group. 20. No one even knows.
He only won 20? Jeez.
Is that all he did?
No wonder they got rid of him.
Denny Nagel with that great season, and then that was kind of it.
Yeah. Went off to Colorado.
Yep. A lot of pitchers went to Colorado and
never came back. Right. And never came back.
Big cut on the off-speed delivery. Wigginton had a single his first time up. Wigginton and then Lugo do up to the O's here. They'd like to get this lineup turned over. Markham with the 0-2 delivery, and Wigginton will roll it to short. Gonzalez. 2 down. 2 away, nobody on. Oriole Park is the perfect setting for your next group outing. Gather the family, friends, co-workers, colleagues, or even people you don't like, and have a fun-filled night at Oriole Park. Ticket coupons fit any price range. Party facilities for a group from 12 to 1,000. Oriole Park can make your group outing an experience you will never forget. Call the O's 888-848-BIRD. Find 999 other people that don't like you and bring them to the ballpark.
Group them all together.
Is that gummies? That's just just the leftover cotton candy. The unicorn. Julio Lugo with an 0-2 count.
Oh, to be young, huh?
Lugo hit into a double play his first time up. 2-5-0 for the Orioles, 1-2-1 for the Jays. 4 left on for the O's, 1 for Toronto. And got him to go after it. So a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts in it as Markham shuts down the O's. It remains 2-1. Find out what's possible with the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by GoRVing.com. Visit GoRVing.com to watch a free video. Go affordably. Go RVing. Oriole Park at Camden Yards on this magnificent Sunday afternoon. And a 2-1 ball game with the Orioles on top, trying to avoid a sweep in this series by Toronto. Kevin Millwood on the mound, no walks, 4 strikeouts so far. John Buck at the plate. Buck grounded out his first time up. Orioles have had a chance to extend the lead, didn't do it. See if it comes back to haunt them, most particularly third inning leadoff triple Jones, and he was stranded there. As Torres makes the play, Buck's retired. One away, 5th inning. Tell you one thing, just watching games this season for the Orioles, because of their starters primarily, just roll along much more efficiently than we have seen in the last few years.
For sure. That's the thing about Millwood today. If you look at it, he really has only been in the stretch position for one hitter. Gave up that base hit to John McDonald and got a fly out to right by Batista. That's the only time he's been in the stretch.
He will miss outside here to Encarnacion, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. 3 for 17 on the season. Encarnacion will foul that one away. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count on him. Toronto went through this series without Hill being able to play, and that's an important part of their offense. That hamstring problem that he has. They want to get him back out there. Aaron Hill at second base.
A big part of their offense.
1-ball, 2-strike count. Got him. Boy, the hitters, you can see what a struggle they have timing-wise, trying to figure Millwood out when he's on.
Well, second time he cased Encarnacion. He's got Vernon Wells twice. Haven't thrown that many curveballs. Might be the first one he's thrown. A surprise factor.
So he has equaled the strikeout high that he had in the first start at 5 against Tampa Bay. And now has 2 quick outs. Travis Snyder flied out to left field his first time up. Millwood gets a called strike at the knees to him.
Just thinking, you think Millwood would know the answer to that trivia question?
Yeah.
You think he would?
He's such a fan of the game. But he would remember those sorts of things. I mean, I think most ball players would anyway, but Kevin wouldn't. Millwood with an 0-1 count, 2 down here. Tampa Bay comes in for a ball game tomorrow night. Guthrie and Garza will kick it off. Wigginton can do it all, ladies and gentlemen, and the play made. That's why Ty Wigginton's here. Mr. Versatility. And a 1-2-3 inning for Millwood. As Wiggy not only makes the play, but gets over there to get in front of it rather than side saddle. 2-1-0s.
Chick-fil-A and a customized Orioles lunchbox, all for just $17. Plus, family and friends get tickets for each game for just $6. There's always generous giveaways like today's plush cow from Chick-fil-A. To find out more about the Junior Orioles Dugout Club, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. Gary?
All right, Everett. And a lot of young fans on hand here this Sunday enjoying the ball game. Somewhere under that hat and kazoo. Breeze blowing out towards left field. The flag unfurled. 2-1 ball game. The Orioles lead it. Got the runs in the first inning. Since then have left a couple on base, one in scoring position against Markham, whose off-speed delivery is in there for a strike. Misturis a single his first time up. PA and Jones will follow. Markham coming back off that surgery, missing all of last year. Be interesting to see how they work his pitch count and innings numbers up. He was 9-7 in 2008 when he had 25 starts, worked 151 innings, but did not pitch last year with Tommy John surgery. Here's the 0-2 delivery, and that's going to do it for his tourist. He is gone. Let's check in with Amber.
Well, Gary, Cesar told me that when it comes to clutch hitting, we were talking about it before the game, that it's something that comes in waves. And he told me what's kind of frustrating right now about the team not hitting as a whole is that the guys on the team that were there last year really feel like this lineup is much better than last year. They feel like they should be winning these games. They feel like they can compete in the division. And so he said you have to be patient. You can't get frustrated. You just hope that things start to come together because they feel like 1 through 9, they may not have that power in the middle, but they have enough guys that can hit the ball around the park and drive in some runs. Gary?
And legitimately so with the players that they have, and maybe the expectations for a little pressure. Boy, PA's come up there and taken some big time cuts. He is 0 for 2. He has grounded out and popped out so far in the leadoff spot. Not sure PA really wants to have that kind of a swing.
It's the old helicopter swing.
Yeah. His speed, make contact and go. 1-1 delivery on the way, and again swung on, and that changeup's bothering the Orioles hitters.
That was his best pitch in that start where he had the no-hitter into the 7th in Texas, and It's clearly his best pitch today. Sets up his other pitches. He'll throw it often enough, then he'll try to sneak that fastball on the inside corner.
1-2 delivery on the way, and that's going to be outside. One of the problems for the Orioles, and what Amber was talking about getting this offense going, is you've got to have your regulars in. I mean, your bench players will provide days for you in some extended periods, but look, if they were that good, they'd be starters.
True.
They're not. You got to have your starters. Brian Roberts out, probably going on the DL. 2-2 delivery on the way. That one towards the hole, and that's going to be a base hit. So PA picks up the single with one down here in the fifth.
Markham had retired 7 in a row since that leadoff triple to Jones back in the third. Had settled into a pretty good groove.
Let's see if the Orioles can make something out of it. NPA always a threat to go over there. Jones has had a single and a triple so far in the ball game. So Adam picking it up. He came in an 0 for 8, with 2 for 2 in the ball game. And Markham will have to keep an eye on PA. Right field side. Bautista will get over and make the catch. PA will have to go back. So one pitch and Jones is retired. Adam Jones out of there for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Nick Markakis. Nick has had a walk and a run scored, and he has been called out on strikes. Nick up with 2 down. 3 for 16. Amazingly, in the first week for Nick at least, no RBIs yet. And that pitch is going to miss outside.
And the Orioles' patient attack really hasn't worked so far. I think they have 12 walks and 3 hits batsmen and only scored 3 runs. Usually you walk people, take walks, usually adds to extra runs. It hasn't worked out that way so far.
1-0 to Markakis. PA shortening the lead up. And came in with a fastball, particularly when compared to all the changeups he's throwing. It looks like a fastball. He has about 87, 88 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Nick Markakis over the first week, leading the ball club in free passes picked up. As we mentioned, one of the leaders in the league in on-base percentage. But the Orioles, it's not about the walks for Nick Markakis. He's got 8 of them. It's about the hits and the RBIs. 2 doubles. And the extra base hits for him so far. 1-1 the count. PA off first base, tailed away, and the count's 2-1. Orioles as a team hitting just .231 coming into this game. Opponents .287. Orioles have averaged about 3.2 runs a ball game, while opponents are up to 4.5. Markakis with a 2-1, and again outside. Markham in all 3 of these at bats has tried desperately to get strikes that aren't strikes against Markakis, because, as we mentioned, Nick has such big numbers against him. He did get him last time, though, in the strikeout.
Right. But he's seen probably, 10, 12 pitches at least through his at bats, and Markham's total creeping up now at 83.
3-1. PA not going. It is in their first strike, and it's full 3-2, and PA will be going now. RBIs to Tejada, Scott, first inning for the Orioles. That's it. Gonzalez, the home run leading off the 4th inning off Millwood, the lone run, and only 1 of 2 hits for the Jays. (3-2). And Markakis shoots it out to left field. Snyder right there. It's an Adam ball, and he's got it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. Pitching duel continues here at Oriole Park. 2-1.
Take a look at Kevin Millwood, retired the first 8 men to start off the game until they finally got a base hit to John McDonald. Throwing strikes, picking the corners, in and out. John Markham doing the same after kind of a rough first inning has settled in and turned into quite the pitchers do. Markham 5 innings and a couple earned runs. Kevin Millwood just a solo home run. And 1 walk, 4 Ks for Markham, and nary a walk for Millwood for 5 Ks. So they both settled in good grooves. Pitch count probably a little bit more of a factor for Markham than it is for Millwood.
And tonight's game flow brought to you by Mitsubishi. Test drive 1 today at the Dare to Compare sales event. That's going to be to the gap in right center field as McDonald will make a turn. Here's Markakis, and he'll hold him to a single. Nick Markakis' arm. McDonald not going to challenge it. That's a meaningful play at this point of the ball game as McDonald ends up with a leadoff single rather than a double.
Yeah, that really factors into when you're going to be a good ball club. Just keeping McDonald at first base, 9th place hitter. It'd be nice to be on second base starting off the inning. You change a lot of things, but the reputation is already getting out about Markakis' arm.
That's only the 3rd hit, and McDonald has 2 of them. Gonzalez the other with a home run. It is a leadoff single here in the 6th, though. And an inside-out swing to right field. Off the bat of Bautista. Markakis has got it. Runner halfway will go back. Bautista 0 for 3 in the leadoff spot. Millwood gets the first out of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Alex Gonzalez delivering the home run. Solo shot leading off the 4th inning.
Well struck back in the 4th inning. Gonzalez was at some unusual power to start the season, about halfway up the lower deck. But again, Millwood just 55 pitches here in the 6th.
Very, very efficient. Only been 1 base runner left on in light of the no walk 3-hit situation. That was in the 3rd inning, and it was McDonald, and he's on there now at first base. 1 down. Gonzalez also is grounded out. Gonzalez has hit safely in all 6 games for the Jays. And he will take that one. Gonzalez, the first week of play, up there among the leaders in slugging at .727. 3 doubles, 3 home runs. Pretty good first week right there. 0-1 delivery to him. Gonzalez jammed. Nice pitch by Millwood. And 0-2.
He's been throwing that sort of cutter slider up and away, and then he comes in and then he throws an excellent sinker down and in. Really ties up Gonzalez.
Gonzalez stands back in, 2 strikeouts. Shortstops right now, first week. Washington, Giants, Toronto. Jimmy Rollins, Philadelphia. Putting up the big numbers for shortstops to kick off the season. Millwood inside and a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Cleveland on top of Detroit 7-1 today as the Tigers opening up at home in their first series. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Throw over to first. Minnesota Twins will open up against the Red Sox, their new ballpark. That'll be tomorrow for the first game at home outdoors in a green-built facility. 1-2 count. Center field, Jones. 2 away. So Kevin Millwood continues to be very effective here. Adam Lynn coming up, designated hitter. He's flied out, grounded out. Lind, a career .258 hitter here in this ballpark. He's had 1 home run here lifetime. When they get Hill back in the lineup and they have Lind and Wells and Overbay, pretty good middle part of the order. Contact hitters with some power.
Pretty good left-right balance throughout.
Yep. They were 6th in average and 6th in runs last year and 4th in the American League in homers. Good jam shot. Can Jones get it? Yes, he can. Adam Jones, a fine running catch. So Millwood gives up the leadoff single, but nothing else. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. A 2-1 Orioles lead.
Get the offense going early. It's a base hit up down the left field line, and then it's Gonzalez. Alex Gonzalez for the Blue Jays. Maybe the only mistake. I'm not even sure you call it a mistake against Miller, who has thrown just 60 pitches to get through the 6th inning with an assortment of cutters at the top of the zones and an outstanding curveball. Good command all afternoon long, and just an amazing pitch count so far.
Miguel Tejada going after that first one down to third on the hop. Encarnacion will make the play over to first base. Tejada's retired, 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI, 1 away, 6th inning. Sean Markham has walked 1 and struck out 4. No walks, 5 strikeouts for Millwood as this pitcher's duel continues. Good quick outs, a lot of first pitch outs with the pitchers throwing strikes. Luke Scott, RBI first inning ground ball, 0 for 2 in the game, 0 for his last 6. Luke takes it for a strike on the outside corner. He's now 2 for 16 on the season. And that one's going to be taken down low. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Markham went 7 innings in that first start. Just pretty amazing when you think about it. Coming back from Tommy John, first start, 2 years, 7 innings, a couple of hits.
Nice recovery. That Tommy John surgery has really helped a lot of pitchers that used to be the death knell of their careers. Now many come back.
That's a base hit. Got a hold of that one right through the box. Scott on with a single with 1 away. Now your kids can learn how to play with the pros from the pros. You can sign up today for the official Orioles summer baseball camp. Ages 7 to 16, they'll enjoy 5 days of professional training, appearances by current and former O's, and free membership to the Junior Orioles Dugout Club. And you can get details at 410-472-3500 or go to Orioles.com for the official Orioles summer baseball camp. Baseball season for the kids. Matt Wieters inside for a ball. Matt has struck out and flied out. Orioles with Scott on at first base. Orioles have stranded 4, 2 of those in scoring position in the game. One-0 count. Short lead at first base. Wieters takes it the other way. Snyder was very deep, not going to get to it. Wieters is on with a single. Scott holds at second, 2 on and 1 down in the 6th. So for the Orioles, first time since the first inning, they've been able to get a couple on base at the same time. Now Ty Wigginton, who has singled and grounded out. Here's another chance for the Orioles to help out Kevin Millwood, who's certainly deserving of it. Toronto will get their bullpen going. Casey Jansen warming up.
Markham at 91 pitches. Sort of at the end of his rope.
Wigginton takes it down low for a ball. Wigginton a single, and he is grounded out. One for 6 on the season, looking for his first RBI of the year. And he was looking for 3 right there.
They're sitting on an off-speed pitch and really let it fly.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Ty Wigginton. Wigginton 1 for 5. The only times he's faced Sean Markham. Scott and Wieters, the base runners. 1-1 delivers. Slider will miss away. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. And you can almost feel the tank emptying on Markham.
You can't. His fastball has dropped off about 3 miles an hour from where he started, down to about 86. That's what happens when that fastball velocity slows down and the changeup stays the same. That differential between the 2 pitches becomes closer.
Good pitch. Good location. 2-2.
That's when that changeup will lose its effect.
Orioles trying to put Couple more up here on the board. They've had enough of these close ball games that end up going to the opponent's favor in late innings. So right here in the 6th, the O's with a chance to gain the spread. The 2-2 delivery on the way, and just off the end of the bat. It'll hold the count at 2-2 on Ty Wigginton.
He's going more to the slider with Wigginton and the changeup, which has been his bread and butter pitch all afternoon.
Two count. Wigginton goes down swinging. And another big strikeout for Markham. 2 down.
Stayed with the slider. Through the last 3 pitches. Down and out of the zone. Bottom falls out of it. Excellent pitch. Out in front.
So the Orioles, those numbers are piling up again. That's 1 for 7 now with runners in scoring position today.
Again, when things aren't going well for you offensively, especially with runners in scoring position and pressing for runs, you feel like the pressure is on the hitter and not on the pitcher.
And Lugo pops that one up to right. Bautista shading his eyes, puts it away, and Markham works his way through it. No runs, couple of hits, no errors, 2 more left on base. 6 complete. It's still the Orioles 2 and the Jays 1.
Inning. If this remains a 1-run game, you have to ask yourself, who will be the closer for the Orioles? We know the answer is not Michael Gonzalez. Dave Tremblay said before the game that he will not use Michael today, that he still has some issues to work out in the bullpen with Rick Kranitz. Now, what's interesting, though, is that Tremblay has not elected to move Gonzalez to a less pressure situation in the bullpen to figure things out. That's something that Ron Washington did in Texas today. We saw Frank Francisco get moved to a relief role and move over Neftali Perez to the closer situation, but Dave Tremblay isn't ready to do that just yet. The good news, though, Gary and Mike, is that you look at Kevin Millwood, he only has 62 pitches right now, so he could throw a complete game. It might not even be an issue.
That obviously is going to be the hope here, and Millwood certainly as efficient as he's been. He's got a real shot at that, but you certainly in these kind of ball games would like to have that comfort feeling of the closer ready to go. He gets Wells on 1 pitch. Wells is 0 for 3 now in the ground ball out. For the Orioles, if you're looking as to who else might do it, career saves. Jim Johnson had some of that role last year. Clay Meredith in the minors. Will Ullman has been a closer at times. He's been back and forth. Mark Hendrickson had 1 in 09. Koji Uehara is not available, of course, but he did have 33 in Japan. And there's nobody there.
So you can eliminate a few right off the top.
Yeah, exactly. 2-0 count. And the pitch is taken inside. Overbay has had an 0 for 2 in the ball game. A couple of hits in his last 21 at bats for Overbay, hitting under 100. 3-0 delivery to first base. Wow. How about that? 3-0, swinging. Cito Gaston is going to give the power hitter a chance to tie the ball game up. 2 down.
I think he feels that Overbay had some of the better numbers against Millwood, and he's probably started a little slowly with the bat. Maybe swinging a 3-0 pitch. Wishful thinking, I guess.
Yeah, well, give it a whirl. That's Gaston. He will err on the side of aggressiveness when it comes to offense.
Oh, he is a hitter's manager all the way.
2 down here. Nobody on. Millwood continues. A very impressive performance. Here is Buck. 7 for 18 now against Millwood. He has grounded out twice to short. And Buck will take the pitch down low for a ball. Kevin Millwood, first 2 starts, regardless of what happens here, has put on quite a show for the Orioles and given them what they had hoped for in the way of a solid veteran starter at the age of 35. And looking for his first win as an Oriole in this ball game. 2-0 count. Outfield deep straight away on Buck. He's got power. And a strike on the outside corner. Buck's got a .340 batting average in this ballpark. Not a lot of at-bats, but enough to make a difference. 1 home run. That's the efficiency of Millwood. That one towards third base. Miguel Tejada gets the infielders high. And Millwood has another fine inning. He retires the side in order. 6 in a row again. He's been running streaks like that in this ball game. And 1, 2, 3. 7th inning stretch time here at Camden Yards. Real fine Sunday crowd on hand for this ball game. One ball game as the Orioles have the lead, trying to win it here. And you know, folks, whenever I do a ball game, I always have 100% pure raw honey on hand. You should too.
Very good. Touche for you.
All right, now where'd this honey come from?
From my wife.
Okay, very good. I did not know that your wife was a beekeeper.
Yes, she is. She's been doing it for about 3 years, into it big time, and she's got a green thumb.
I love it. I mean, I love raw honey, and this actually has the honeycombs in the jar.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Champion State Fair. You know, what are you going to do?
Did I give you $20?
That was great. I'll give it to you.
Pretty good ball game underway here.
Absolutely. Terrific ball game. Well pitched game on both sides. Well played defensively. Enough timely hitting to have a small lead.
And we're gonna see the pen. Casey Jansen is going to come out of the bullpen. So Markham, we raised the issue earlier. How long would you leave him in? This is his second start in 2 years, and there's the answer. So Casey Janssen is the new pitcher. Second appearance in this series. As Turris shows bunt and will take the strike.
And he's been the good luck charm so far for Cito Gaston. He won back-to-back games already this year out of the bullpen, which is quite a feat.
Great job by Sean Markham, who started this out one right off the chalk in the batter's box, and you saw how close Encarnacion was. And as Turris is retired, one away.
98 pitches thrown for Sean Markham, 6 innings. Pretty efficient. Got better as the game went on. Pitch count got to him a little bit quicker than it has to Millwood. Had to work early and hard in the first inning and also in the third inning with Jones on third. Was able to retire the 3-4-5 hitter. So it was a little bit more work than I guess we could say Millwood has been through this afternoon.
So Markham leaves. Could be the loser, cannot be the winner. Felix P.A. He has single, popped out, and grounded out. And he fouls Jansen's pitch away. P.A. with a couple of hits and 7 at-bats. Jansen making his third appearance of the season. And Jansen has been the vulture, the early vulture in the first week of play for Toronto. He is 2-0. Giving up just a 1-run, 1-hit in 2 innings and picked up 2 wins. The old vulture term, guys who come in close ball games and somehow they pitch 1 inning or less or a couple of innings at most and come away with a victory.
Yeah, what do you think Sean Markham's saying? Right, he has no hitter an opening day into the 7th. You know, the reliever comes in, pitches an inning, gets a W.
And now here's Casey Janssen in with a chance, if Toronto scores, to get another one. PA is called out on strikes. And PA goes down with a 1-for-4 after that one. 2 down quickly.
So this last pitch, 0-2 pitch, pretty good breaking ball right down the heart of the plate. Just takes a little bit off. PA knew it.
That'll bring up Adam Jones. Jones has had a triple, single, and he has flied out. First triple of the year, 3rd inning.
Yeah, he's better than that changeup fastball combination of Markham. This is down the right field line, just about on the chalk line. Some difficulty in right by Batista. Jones cruised into 3rd.
Adam last year loved hitting here during the daytime. 2 for 3 today, triple single run, now 240, 1-1. Homers and RBIs. Last year, 369 in 32 day games. Fouls that one off the mast. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Adam Jones. 2-8-0 for the Orioles. They've left 7, 1-3-1 for the Jays. They have left only a couple on base in the ball game. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Inside out on a jam shot. Second base. McDonald battling the sun, puts it away. And that's that. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Casey Janssen out of the bullpen. So we go late in a tight game. 2-1. It's not too late. Fill out and mail back your census form today. Do you say 2010 or 2010? That was one of the issues going into the new year.
I couldn't sleep thinking about it.
Here, have a little honey. You'll feel better.
Okay, dear.
I wanted to get the comma in there, but here's Encarnacion outside for a ball. All right, Encarnacion, Snyder, and McDonald. Bottom third of the order. Encarnacion has struck out twice, 2 of the 5. Kevin Millwood is put up in the K department today. And we'll foul that one back. 1 ball, 2 strike count. And as fine a game as we've seen pitched by an Orioles starter in a while.
It's a 72, at the 72 pitch mark, and the stuff has stayed pretty consistent. Right around 88, 89, 82, 83 on the slider.
Encarnacion is 3 for 18. Fights that one off at the plate. Toronto Blue Jays are going to be heading home as they will open in the Dome against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow night. That'll be their home opener. They've got a 4-game stand against the White Sox. And that's up high. The Orioles will have Tampa Bay coming in as the matchup in the second game will be Brian Mattis on your left against Jeff Neiman. Jeremy Guthrie and Matt Garza go in the opener tomorrow night against Tampa Bay of that series. Letting to go after that one. First base side, Wigginton. Guy puts that one away. Encarnacion is retired. Visit the official online shop of the Orioles at Orioles.com. You can browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, memorabilia, authentic classics for the entire family. All the gear from the official source, the Orioles.com shop. For 2010. Here's Travis Snyder. 1 down. Snyder with the 0 for 2. Millwood goes up high to him for ball 1. Snyder dangerous. He's got power. Road trip, which he's had 3 hits and 18 at bats. A lot of offense coming out of this Toronto lineup.
Yeah, last night he walked a couple times intentionally.
Snyder to be followed by McDonald. 1-1 delivery. And the count goes 1-2 on Snyder. He turns to ask Angel Hernandez where that pitch was. A number of batters have done that today. 1-2, and that's right there. 6 strikeouts, 2 down, 8th inning. Time for you to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates: Millwood, the starter, still out there, has given up only that 1 run in the ball game. Or Adam Jones, who's had a triple and a single and a run scored. Or Miguel Tejada. Tejada had the big 2 RBI double, 1 for 3 in the ball game, and made the fielding plays at third. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 51862. McDonald's had 2 singles. Wouldn't you know, in a game like this, where Millwood has been so solid, has been the number 9 hitter, who's put 2 hits up on the board, 2 of the 3 for the Jays.
The only 2 hits in the ballpark.
Yeah. The other one Gonzalez took out of the ballpark for his 3rd home run. That was back in the 4th inning. 2 base runners have been left on, both at first base. Both have been McDonald. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wasn't that close. Easy to say when you're up here.
Oh, not that close when you're 300 feet away, right?
I didn't feel anything.
But the reaction tells you he's thrown enough sliders and off-speed stuff. They throw this 1 pitch to the inside part, and you're paralyzed. Millwood. What was that all about?
John apparently has family on hand, and
Millwood saying that ball was closer to being low and away than up and in.
Here's the 2-1 delivery on the way. And the count even up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fans applauding the performance of Millwood. Looking for a strikeout here. Millwood hopes this is the last batter he might have to go after. The Orioles could get some runs. Ground ball towards third. Miguel Tejada. And you could see problem written all over that one. That's where the ball plays the fielder. And with 2 away, McDonald's on again.
Looks like a slow slider. He goes to his left and tries to side saddle it. So it may have come up a little bit. Just off the thumb of his glove.
That is going to be a base hit. McDonald's 3 for 3. Wow. So Millwood standing on the mound going, every time I look over at first base, it's John McDonald. 2 down here. Bautista, leadoff batter. He's been swinging at first pitches. Takes that one. Flied out twice and grounded out. Three hits, 22 at bats to start the year. A couple of RBIs for Bautista. Short lead for McDonald. Millwood with the 0-1. Just misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And that's now going to be an error charged on that last play. Sorry? I'm not sorry. They changed it. You know, what do I got to be sorry about? Breaking ball. Bent that one in. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count on Bautista. In the air to left field. He got a lot of it at the wall, PA. And goodbye, home run. Bautista delivers a 2 RBI homer in the top half of the 8th inning. And Toronto, for the first time, has a lead. 3-2.
Well, just sailing along, breaking ball. Bautista just gets the bat head out to it, and the ball really carried well. About 10 rows up in left field.
And that is tonight's Ford Drive of the Game. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford Drive One. Unbelievable how these games continue to go like this for the Orioles. Here's Kevin Millwood, who has been nothing short of spectacular in his performance, and now trails.
It's always in the back of your mind, especially when it's just 2-1. I mean, it's hard to pitch any better than Millwood has pitched, but it's been 2-1 since the 4th inning. And that's always hanging over your head. You know, when somebody gets on, potential go-ahead runs coming to the plate.
And again, it comes with 2 down. We showed you earlier how the Orioles have surrendered runs with 2 outs in an inning. And it was an error that opened it up. Tejada's error at third, allowing McDonald to reach, extended the inning. Gonzalez, the other home run, came in the 4th. He is 1 for 3. He'll foul that one back. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Bautista getting his 2nd career home run off Millwood. And his 2 RBI shot has given him the lead. Well, again, the Orioles are going to have to come back in a game. That one is chopped foul. And Gonzalez holds that count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 9 home runs have been hit by the Jays in the first 6 games of this season. Wells leading the charge, of course, with 4. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And that one is drilled to left field, and add another. Goodbye, home run. That's a fair ball. Gonzalez gets his 2nd of the game, his 4th of the season, and it is a 4-2 Toronto lead. The roof collapsing quickly and out of nowhere.
Just on his 93rd pitch. Up and on the inside part of the plate again at the top of that strike zone. And Gonzalez will reach the seat for the second time.
So Gonzalez is 7th multiple homer game in his career. That is going to be it for Kevin Millwood. What a tough way to leave this game. The fans, the Oriole fans, on their feet for him. The line for him as he gives up the 4 runs, 3 home runs in the ball game. Didn't walk anybody and struck out 6.
Yeah, that line really doesn't tell the whole story.
So with 2 down, Matt Albers is coming on. Numbers so far this season for Albers. Here's Lynn. And Lynn will take it for a strike. Albers a run on 2 hits and 3 in the 3rd. Worked on the season. A 4-2 lead. And that is down low. Only 1 earned run off Millwood in this ball game. Because the inning should have been over. But McDonald reaching in the air, and then Bautista and Gonzalez had the homers. There's the 1-1 delivery by Albers, and that's going to miss down low. And a 2-ball 1 strike count.
Albers 90-92 with the fastball. Power sinker.
Lind 0 for 3 off Albers. 2-1 delivery. Swung on a miss. Throttle back on that one. Lynn's gone 0 for 3. Couple of fly ball outs, ground ball out. 3-game hit streak. He has had a good bat to start the year. 7 for 23. Home run, 3 RBIs. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Missed with it, and the count goes full 3-2. The Orioles have struggled desperately with starting pitching over the last few years, getting some pretty good starting pitching here in the first week. But it's not showing up in the W column. We'll see if they can come back in this one. And Albers walks the first man he faces. That is the first walk for Toronto. Keeps the inning alive. Vernon Wells. Wells, couple of strikeouts and a ground ball out. He has gone 3 for 7 with a home run off Albers.
He's had a very quiet series.
11 career home runs for Vernon Wells here at Camden Yards. 282 lifetime average here. 4 home runs on the season. 2 down, runner at first base, 1-0 delivery. And that's going to miss outside. And a 2-0 count. 3-0.
94 mile an hour fastball. I think we've been spoiled by all the strikes Millwood threw today. I think everybody in a little bit of a state of shock how quickly this changed.
I think he was going to have a 1-2-3 inning here.
And for a while it seemed like it was a huge 2-1 lead.
Yep. And Wells on a 3-0 count, trying to find one to drive. Fouls it off the plate. 3-1.
When you think about it, when McDonald reached on the air, that would have been the 27th man to come to the plate. It would have been just 3 over the minimum faced for Millwood. Would have been through 8 innings.
The damage of extended innings. Chases one outside. 3 ball, 2 strike count. Wells and Nelson Cruz of Texas, both with 4 home runs during the first week, leading the American League in that department. 3 ball, 2 strike count. They'll play behind the runner Lind at first. 3-2 delivery on the way and walked it. Mercy. So Albers comes on and walks the first 2 hitters faced. Toronto up by 2. Looking to add more. Rick Crannett's pitching coach is on his way to the mound. Lyle Overbay is coming up. These games have taken on for the Orioles in the first week a style of their own. Repetition. Orioles get a couple of runs early. Maintain a bit of a lead maybe through the middle innings, and then at the end of it.
Right, unable to, just unable to add on to runs to give themselves any sort of breathing room.
So Albers now has got to get Overbay with 2 on and 2 down. Orioles had a very real problem with that last year. Ball games in which they had leads and that they lost. They had the second most losses of ball games where at some point during the game they led. 0-1 count to Overbay. He is 1 for 6 off Albers. Takes it down low. 1-1. Lind on at second base. Wells on at first. 5 have reached after there were 2 down in the inning. 1-1 delivery. Slider will miss inside. 2-1. Drive a manager, pitching coach crazy. The walks. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Albers gets it even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Runners on Lyndon Wells. Two. Overbay's a dangerous hitter in this kind of situation.
Big time power threat.
Yep. Always the threat to drive the ball, and runners on like this trying to give the team an increased lead. He'll take big time cuts. Left-handers at 342 off Albers last year. Grounded towards first base. Ty Wigginton on the multi-hopper. Albers gets over the cover and they get the out. But 3 unearned runs in the inning. O'Donnell reached on an error. Bautista delivered a homer. And the Orioles, with these hitters coming up, will try and get back from a 2-run deficit. As it'll be game 1 against the Rays. Jeremy Guthrie, Matt Gaza. Our coverage on MASN 2 HD begins at 6:30 with those extra presented by your local Ford dealer, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN. So the Orioles asked to rebound again. With the 3 runs in the 8th, the 4-2 Jays lead. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Markakis, Tejada, and Scott. And they will go against the left-hander, Scott Downs.
Who pitched in last night's ball game. See on the year, an inning and 2/3. Came in yesterday, threw 2 pitches to Adam Jones. Got a double play grounder to get out of an inning, out of the 8th inning. Back in there with a lead.
Markakis will foul it away. Nick reached on a walk in the first inning. Scored 0 for 2, strikeout and a fly ball out since. Tejada's double in the first inning and Scott's ground ball producing the only 2 runs to the Orioles. Nothing since the first. Casey Jansen worked an inning with a strikeout. He's now the pitcher of record for the Jays. Last year, Markakis hit .262 off lefties, .314 off right-handers. So Cito Gaston getting that left-hander out there on the mound to face Markakis.
Markakis had pretty good numbers against Downs. 5 for 14, .357.
0-2 delivery on the way, and Downs up high with it. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. So again, it's the pitching staff of Toronto, along with the hits being homers, that have made the day. That's the way they've started the season, winning ball games. 1-2 delivery. Markakis again late on it, fouls it away.
And Nick just trying to protect against that breaking ball, fighting the fastball off to the left side.
22,499, 22,499 the announced attendance on this sun-filled Sunday. Nick 3 for 17, and Downs is going to step off. Orioles 6 outs to work with. 1-2, and that's right there. Downs gets the strikeout. That's what he was brought on to do. Markakis retired, first out of the 8th inning.
A little cut fastball right to the outside corner.
That'll bring up Miguel Tejada. Tejada's 5 for 7 off Downs himself. He's had a double and an RBI, 1 for 3 in the ball game. And we'll take it for a ball. Orioles continuing to struggle to find runs. That's a strike at the knees to him. Downs, a veteran, 34 years old. 1-3 last year in 48 games and 9 saves for Toronto. 1-1 by Downs will come inside. 2-ball, 1-strike count. Tejada with Scott on deck. Two-one delivery. Down the line. And a nice play made by Bautista, who gets over there. Tejada retired, 2 away in the 8th. Luke Scott coming up with 2 away and nobody on.
Those back-to-back home runs really seem to take the air out of the ballpark.
Big time. Bautista with his 2nd home run of the season, good for 2 RBIs, followed by Gonzalez with his 2nd home run of the ball game and his 4th of the year. So Gonzalez is now within 1 of all the home runs he had at the end of last season.
Right.
Jim Johnson and Clay Meredith in the bullpen for the O's. The 0-1 delivery to Scott. That's going to miss inside. Luke hit .260 off lefties, actually 3 points higher than he did off right-handers last season. 10 of his 25 home runs came against southpaws.
0 for 5 in a limited history with Scott Downs.
Breaking ball, a sweeper that'll miss up high. Scott's had 1 hit, a single, 1 for 3, and an RBI in the ballgame. Sean Markham, couple of runs, 8 hits over 6, really shut the Orioles down after that first inning. Meanwhile, Millwood, magnificent performance until that 8th inning long ball got him popped up. Encarnacion, and he's got it. So Downs comes on and retires the side in order in the 8th. We go to the 9th inning. Toronto trying to sweep the 3-game set. Ninth inning. This is Clay Meredith, who will come on as Albers worked a third of an inning, had a couple of walks. Meredith now, Buck, Encarnacion, and Snyder to face him.
Yeah, Meredith on that unorthodox submarine delivery. Try to keep it right here, give the Orioles a chance to come back.
The Orioles have not lost an opening series, being swept in it, since 1977, when Texas swept a series in the Orioles' home opening series of the season. Last sweep by Toronto here was 2004. Still time to avoid that. Meredith gets the swing by Buck, who's taken an 0 for 3. He's had 3 ground ball outs to short in the ballgame. Same place, same result, 0-2. Right field, right where Markakis was playing. And he's got it. Bucks retired. 1 down, 9th inning. Orioles baseball on Masson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Gary Thorne, Mike Flanagan, Amber Theo Harris, great to have you with us on this Sunday. It's been another tough one for the Orioles so far, as they had the lead right up until the 8th inning. They got it in the first, lost it in the 8th. Now got to try and get it back in the 9th. The Orioles have now given up at least 1 run in the 8th or 9th inning in all 6 of their games. 10 runs have scored against the Orioles in the 8th or 9th inning.
And you couple that with the stat that we had, I think, yesterday, that the Orioles have only scored 2 runs after the 6th inning all year.
All year. Sweeping pitch on the outside corner. Encarnacion 0 for 3 in the ballgame. 3 hits and 19 at bats on the year for him. Toronto trying to get it done with pitching again and get their 5th win. Inside to him. 3 ball, 1 strike count. Oh my gosh, how far? Way back in left field, and goodbye home run. Juan Encarnacion just clocked that one. And it is a 5-2 lead. All home runs for Toronto.
All pretty much to the same part of the ballpark. Ball stayed up on Meredith. And Encarnacion was there waiting.
First of the year for Encarnacion. Boy, Toronto fourth in homers last year and this season. First week leading the American League in long balls. That's how they're winning ball games. That is their offense right now, the home run. Snyder's got an 0 for 3 and a slow chopper. Meredith gets it to Wigginton for the out, 2 down. Alex Gonzalez, 2 solo shots. Bautista, a 2 RBI homer, and Encarnacion with a solo shot. Ouch. 5 runs on 6 hits for the Jays, 2 runs, 8 hits for the O's. Oriole pitchers had given up only 3 home runs coming into this ball game, so they've given up more in this game than they had in the first 5.
Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing offensive effort from the Blue Jays. We're just taken back 4 home runs. Seemed like the game just changed from Millwood really dominating.
Down to third base, and that's going to be a fair ball. You talk about a pain in the side of the Orioles. McDonald's been it in this ball game. That is the 4th time he's reached base. 3 singles and a big error in the 8th inning on Tejada that allowed him to reach, kept the inning alive. He should have been the 3rd out, and after that, 3 runs scored in the inning. McDonald has really gotten it done in the 9th.
It's really been a thorn in the side. Got the first hit of the ball game, breaking. Millwood had retired the first 8 of the ball game, so he ended his, I guess you could say, his perfect game, and then came up later on and was instrumental in the comeback rally.
So they have a chance, Toronto does, to add more as they get back to the top of the order in Bautista. Bautista delivering his home run. 2 RBI shot that came in the 8th after that era when McDonald got on. He's now got 4 RBIs on the year. Slider away, and he went after it. Paul Schreiber, first base coach on the call, first base umpire, right? And a 2-strike count on Bautista. Pretty amazing for this ball club, Toronto, that they've been able with a .240 batting average to win 4 out of the first 5 and haven't really added much to the average. They've got 7 hits. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but the home runs piling them up.
Instant offense.
Outside with it, and a 2-ball 2-strike count.
I've got a disturbing trend that is starting to mount. To get shut out yesterday. Really, if you look to go back to even game 1 of the series, they scored in the 8th inning. So they're looking on a streak where they've scored in like 1 of the last 19 innings.
Got him out of there on the strike, but some damage done here. Encarnacion delivered the homer. A couple of hits, base runner left on. Bottom of the 9th. The Orioles struggle to find a closer. Toronto's got a couple of them that they are using frequently here in ball games. Frazier has had to work so much that they didn't want to use him in the game that Greg saved, first game of this series. Now here he is again looking for another one.
Right, they've had a lot of save opportunities. I mean, they're off to a terrific start, and it's been, just like the Orioles, but they've been on the leading edge, and therefore their closer has gotten a lot of exposure. And the Blue Jays in the past certainly have gone with that sort of formula with Henke and Ward going back to the 90s, and now it's sort of Greg and Frazier. And Greg got the save in game 1 of the series.
He has 86 career saves. He went 23 out of 70 last year with the Cubs in the save department. He is a setup man this year, but he's getting another save chance here. Here's Wieters, and he'll take it for a strike. Bottom of the 9th inning, the Orioles trailing it by a score of 5-2 as the Jays look to sweep this 3-game set. 4 home runs in the ball game to take the lead. Wieters will take it inside. Wieters has had a single, 1 for 3. Wigginton and Lugo are due up. Orioles have stranded 7 in the ball game. And that's going to be down low. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Yeah, the Orioles offensively really haven't mounted much of a threat. I guess you go back to the 6th and then go right back to the 3rd inning for the last serious.
Wieters is going to get a base hit. That's what the Orioles need right now, are runners. He's 2 for 4. Single lead off the 9th inning. Let's update you on the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game so far. It is the starter, Kevin Millwood, on top. You can still cast your vote, A, B, or C. 5-1-8-6-2. Millwood, Jones, or Tejada. That'll bring up Ty Wigginton. Wigginton with a single. He has grounded out and struck out. And off the fist to short. Gonzalez won over the first double play. Two down. Bottom of the 9th. Nolan Reimold coming out to pinch hit for Julio Lugo. Lugo had an 0 for 3 in the ball game. Two down, base is empty. And for Dave Tremblay, staring at a 1-5 start, barring a miracle comeback. Reimold still bothered by that heel. Running wise, he's gone 3 for 14 in the chances he's had. Down to 3rd, and that is a foul ball. So we were talking about earlier, Reimold expected to be the starter in left field. Had Achilles tendon that bothered him last year, created an operation necessity, and now it's tender and the heel bothers him, and he's another one of the Orioles starters who's not starting.
Not 100%. Not the way you want to start a season. It just seems like when you have nagging injuries to start the season, you don't quite seem to ever get back to 100%. I'm not saying that's going to happen with Reimold. It seems you fall behind in the beginning. It's just difficult to catch up.
Swung on and missed, and this one is in the books, and the Jays have swept the Orioles. A 5-2 win in this ball game. 5-7-1 for the Jays, 2-9-1 for the Orioles. And it's the Vulture, Jansen, who's going to come away with a victory, and Millwood a very tough loss. Join us again tomorrow. More O's action. It's the Rays coming in. Jeremy Guthrie and Matt Garza, the matchup. Our coverage on Masson 2 HD begins at 6:30 with O's Extra, presented by Ford.